I guess, Ty, I know you had 5 rebounds in the first 5 minutes. Is there anything in particular about the beginning of games that allows you to be able to have kind of the impact you do in those moments?
No, I think it's just what the game gives to us. Just steadily crashing the glass and just playing hard.
Coleman, just what happened in that 11-0 run Nebraska did to kind of force that game into overtime? What'd you see there?
I think we just got like a little out of whack offensively, just like not much movement, and we had to shoot some tough shots that didn't go in, and then defensively they hit some tough shots coming down the court. You know, Tominaga's a great player, great shooter. You know, they hit some tough shots, got to the rim, got fouled a little bit, and you know, they kept competing. They didn't hang their head, so they stayed in the game.
And I guess, Marcus, what was maybe the message going into overtime? Then maybe what do you feel like you guys did well enough to come out with the win?
I feel like the message just kind of, stay true to ourselves. Our identity is kind of been on the glass, so we just wanted to really attack the glass, and it was key that we just didn't want to give them second chance points.
I guess it's another one of these close, late games that you're starting to see more of in the Big Ten. What are you guys learning about yourselves down the stretch in critical moments of these games?
I think it just goes to show the maturity of this team, like I always say, and how connected we are. We just stay together through any adversity, whether it's going good or whether it's going bad, and I think that just shows a lot about who we are as a team.
I guess, Coleman, just kind of know you watch a lot of NBA basketball. Like Fred Hoiberg talked about, the offense you guys are running is just like straight NBA stuff. Why are you guys able to have success with that? And do you see kind of a similar structure there?
I think just because the spacing we have, we space out shooters and then we kind of pick up on a matchup that we like. If you watch a lot of NBA games, there's just guys standing in the corner. That's what they get paid to do, shoot open shots. And it's a lot of drive and kicks. Just picking on matchups. So I think a lot of it, and a lot in the NBA, you got 1, 2, or 3 guys who get paid a lot of money to shoot a lot of shots, and then the other guys know their role and hit open shots and then play defense. So I think it's just like the spacing that we have, and we got guys like Marcus and TJ who can get downhill, and just picking on those matchups.
Ty, what's the key to offensive rebounding the way you do?
I think just going, honestly. If you go, it's a chance you're going to get it. Just being aggressive, not accepting blockouts. And I think it's just an effort thing, honestly.
Marcus, Coleman said maybe just we're a little out of whack at the end of regulation offensively. How do you play through that? I guess, or what have you maybe learned just about ways to kind of adjust when things aren't going your way?
I think when you kind of feel out of whack, it's just important to just try to put together one good possession. I think just getting the ball, switching sides of the court 3-4 times, and just everybody touching it. And then, once they get in rotation, that's a team that gets in rotation a lot. So we just kind of have to get them in rotation one time and then just keep the ball moving and play off it. We just can't let it stick.
Marcus, in Nebraska, you kind of mentioned rotation. Like they were really aggressive on maybe guys that were attacking the basket. You found Ty and Dane, I think, a lot. Maybe rolling from the short corner. Just was that something you started looking for more just as that game progressed?
Yeah, we knew coming into it that's kind of how they would guard. They were really loaded up. Like if we had the ball on the wing, the help side was on the ball side block. So they're just super loaded up. So it's kind of if you beat your man, the next guy's right there. So we know that we're probably not getting to the rim, and there's guys that are going to be open. So you just got to make the right play.
Coleman, what was behind? You guys came out really strong in the second half. What was behind that initial surge there?
I think just finally getting a feel of what they were doing. I think sometimes we just overcomplicate things when it could be like more simple, and it could be as little as like Marcus said, like getting it to a third side or something like that. But No, I think once we started to like understand where we were able to get the ball in and attack certain points, we were able to pick it apart. And then once they went in that zone as well, we were able to, crash the glass, hit open shots, and that's kind of what started up. So.
Ty, back-to-back games where Dane makes a big impact off the bench and leaves a mark on the game. What have you seen from him the last couple of games and just the last couple of weeks?
I think the biggest thing that I've seen is just him staying locked in, even when he's not playing, just being that positive guy on the bench and, just working hard in practice. Everybody knows his time is going to come, and the last 2 games when his number's been called, he showed up. He's gave us a great boost. So I think big ups to him just for just keeping his head up and just continuing to work and knowing his time's coming.
Coleman, it's still early February, but just with this win, you guys tied for second in the Big Ten, protected home court. Just big picture, like how important was getting this one in overtime?
This is very important because we're one game out. We got people who are in first place. They got to come play us at home. So we're in control of our destiny, and it's like we talk about, it's one game at a time. We can only control what we can control. So to go out and win tonight is very big because it's just one step closer to what we're trying to accomplish.
Marcus, talk about the last possession of regulation there. What was going through your mind, and what were you trying to get accomplished there?
Yeah, once they scored, I had the ball. I looked up and I saw about 7-8 on the clock, and I had an empty side. No one was in that corner, and it was kind of transition, so their defense wasn't really set up. So I knew that there was no help side really to my right. So I did a hang stutter to get to my right, and then as the defense kind of collapsed, I knew I could draw a foul if I just kind of showed them the ball a little bit. So I showed the ball a little bit. They reached in and I went up for the shot, and I just gave myself an opportunity at the line.
Marcus, I feel like we talk about your turnaround a lot, like the jumper, but what's the art behind doing that successfully? They look like hard shots, and you make them more times than not. Like, what's the art to do that, and like, how do you practice that?
It's stuff I work on every day. I kind of have a set routine I do every day with some of that stuff sprinkled in. So it's stuff I do every day. And once I got really comfortable with it, it's kind of like when I shoot it in a game, I feel like it's wide open. And then when I watch the film, it's like, wow, that was kind of contested. So it's like once you get comfortable, I don't really see the contest much anymore. So it's just I kind of got that feel from putting in the work.
Coleman, on your matchup with Mass, did you kind of feel defensively that if I make him put it on the floor, I win? And if I run him off the 3-point line, I win that matchup?
Yeah, I think just pressuring the ball, not letting him be comfortable. A lot of the fives in this league just stand in the paint and let you do what you do because they can't really defend out there. So I thought, just crawl up in him, pressure him. Not make him comfortable. He's 6'9", kind of slow-footed. Just pressure him a little bit. Later in the game, we went to our late switch plan, which I thought was very good for us. I think we could have went to it a little bit earlier because, those pick and pop threes, it's hard for anyone to get back to that long closeout after stopping the ball. And then trying to get back to the shooter. But no, it's definitely just trying to run them off the line, make them deck it, and then not make them comfortable facilitating.
Pretty much a typical day in the Big Ten, right? Pretty much. Best league in the country, great coaches, great players. I can't tell you how uneasy, and I'll probably pronounce his name wrong, Tomaninga, whatever it is. Casey, we'll go with that. Makes you feel as a coach. Doesn't make me sleep very easy. He's extremely intelligent. He's very gifted. I don't know how many games that they've ever lost when he's had nights like tonight. I don't know if there was an easy shot in there. But I was petrified because he's really struggled the last 4 games. I thought we did a good job on Rink for the most part. We were going to let Rink make a few. He's added another dimension to what they can do offensively. I thought we did a great job on Wilcher. And for the most part, I thought we did a pretty good job on Bryce. Yeah, it was a game where we were 0 for 11 from our bench guys from 3 that are all really good shooters. And I thought we got great shots and didn't make them. Obviously, Coleman hitting 4 was a big piece, and then TJ made 3. But I loved our looks. I thought we were. You got to withstand one of those runs. I thought we took a really good punch from them. I thought they played extremely well, and we didn't shoot the ball very well and found a way to win. And obviously made a couple big plays down the stretch to win it, and obviously made a couple bad plays on a side out-of-bounds play that we didn't execute. But you take a win in this league and move on to the next.
Brad, you're up 10. I think it was Terrence hit a 3. You called timeout with about 3.5 minutes to go. Was that to set your defense?
Yes. Yes. It was more to we just made a little subtle change. We have a crazy name for it. That it's a downhill switch that we want to get to. We knew what was coming. We knew it was Casey and Rink in it. And we were going to be okay with 2s. We just couldn't give them 3s. And they have 2 or 3 different options off that. And they just hit a 3. So I didn't want to see that again. So I called the timeout there. And obviously probably not a great decision considering it changed, maybe changed a little momentum there. But I still would make the same call over and over again.
Brad, what concerned you about the end of regulation to allow that lead to dissipate? And what'd you feel? How did the team respond out of
free throws? I thought it was great. I mean, you want to score there, but we had the ball in Marcus's hands most of the time. I thought we got good looks. Justin had a good look. I thought Justin had a pull up. It's the same thing we'd been doing almost every possession and got really good looks. But obviously the side out was not something we want. We didn't execute it. We didn't screen. And we got to clean that up.
Brad, you mentioned the 3-point shooting, and you have to trust my math here, but you're shooting plus 40% on the road from 3, 30%-ish from 3 at home, with maybe 50 more shots from 3 at home. Any idea why there's such a split between home and road and with shooting?
No idea. Better question for them. It's line still 19-9. I don't know.
Keisei Tominaga's 31 points, most that you guys have allowed to a single player since last season, March, to Hunter Dickinson. You talked a little bit about it, but what is he able to do that other guys really can't?
We don't have enough time for all those answers. You see his release. You see where he shoots it from. He's one of the headiest and smartest players in college basketball. He had an elite defender guarding him most of the night in Terrence Shannon and still got him off. Then when you pair him, it's not just him, but when you pair him with Rank, and the thing with Casey is he gets as many 2s as he does 3s, and he's a very efficient finisher, but they can space the floor and cause problems. And tonight, those shots went down, and we were fortunate to withstand it.
Brad, with Mass not being a typical 5-man that Coleman usually has to guard in this league, did you feel like he did a good job of making him at least put it on the floor? And if he did that, did you feel like that was a win for you guys?
Absolutely. Our whole goal was force him to drive. Make him a driver. He's coming off again, this team's playing great. I mean, they just beat Wisconsin, and he just had 34 against Ohio State and made 6 threes. That's a problem when you're in a ball screen with a guy like Casey. Or in a handoff situation, and Wilcher's been the one that's been torching everybody. So this is a really good basketball team. This is an NCAA tournament team that can go and win a lot of games. And forcing him to dribble was great. I thought Coleman did a great job in the low post. He made 1 or 2, but he took 21 shots. That's 8 for 21. I'll take that most days.
Has Ty just maybe settled into a place where he's just comfortable with who he is and what he's doing on the basketball court?
Absolutely. And everybody's going to play 5 men on him, so it's to our advantage. There's not anybody that he hasn't. He was sick in the Purdue game, so I'll give Zach his credit. He didn't play great in that game, but 14 rebounds. He was the difference. He can play as a screener. He's really good in the pocket. He made a couple great decisions in the pocket. He's athletic, so he did a great job of cutting. He's making free throws. So he's a really, really good college basketball player.
Right after Guerrier made the 3 to go up 4 in overtime, Goody was getting ready to come back into the game, and Coleman Hawkins pointed, said something, and Goody went back to the bench. I'm just curious, what was the interaction there?
I have no idea what Coleman said or did.
Okay.
It didn't have anything to do with my decision.
Brad, you said typical Big Ten. What's the key to getting some of these wins like this, Indiana, and what does that say about your team that even if it's not the prettiest?
Yeah, I pretty. I mean, look at me. I'm ugly. I mean, I don't care if they're pretty or ugly or what they are. You just want to win. It doesn't matter how you do it. Tonight's a night we didn't shoot the ball very well and won. And those are hard. That's what we've tried to build this entire program on, is the ability to win and find a way to win when you don't make shots. Northwestern, we made shots. Boy, it was pretty and it was great. At Northwestern, we made shots and got beat. And you've got to have some toughness. You've got to have some grit. Players that aren't afraid of the moment. And I'll put the ball in Marcus Domask's hand with the game on the line. All the time. I'll put the ball in Coleman's hands with the game on the line every time. Those guys are veterans, and so I thought we made some tough plays and got some tough rebounds.
Yeah, along those lines, Brad, what are you learning about your guys with another one of these close games, that like how they're settling into their roles, I guess, down the stretch of those games?
Yeah, I mean, most games played are going to be 2 possessions in this league. I mean, the coaches are great, the players are great, the atmosphere is great, and you can't be afraid of those moments. And I like where our guys are at. It's been Justin at times. It's been somebody else at different times that have made plays, and that's what you want. And when you get in postseason play, it's in the NCAA tournament. It's a lot of times a 1 or 2 possession game, and to get where we want to go, these are great learning experiences for us.
I guess the way you're playing offensively doesn't always have to maybe lend itself to a bunch of assists, but I mean 18 on 29 makes today. What did you like maybe about that side of the offense?
Yeah, that's what they give you. I think 44% of the shots that they give up are threes. And so you're going to have those. We knew there's a very early double help coming. Just think about if we make some threes. Just think about if we didn't, but just think about. I mean, so it's unselfish. You have to double Marcus. You have to double Ty, or they're going to score. And it's very effective. It doesn't always look the prettiest, but it's I think it's got us 4th as game tipped in offensive efficiency, so it's been pretty good.
Brad, I have to ask, we just haven't seen you get a technical in a while. What kind of happened there?
Nothing.